Should you still be eating high protein, even on rest days, even on days when you're not doing any exercise, not doing any training and just kind of lazing about or just in recovery mode? Does high protein still have relevance there? Well, this is essentially the question that I got asked by one of my clients, and it's one that I think it's important to answer. And well, I'm going to do that for you now. Let's go. Hi, I'm Aleksa, sports dietitian and nutritionist. Welcome to my channel. Great to have you here. So the topic of protein to this point has become a little bit of a boring one. We know we need to have more protein. We need to optimize protein. High protein is an ideal way to go about it. But of course, this can obviously lead to an over-obsession around protein, a fixation on it, and all this sort of stuff. However, today's topic's not even around this. Today's topic is around, is high protein, or let's say call it protein optimization, is it actually important on days when you are not even training, when you're just kind of recovery mode, just maybe lazing about, maybe just not doing too much at all? Well, this is quite literally a question that I got asked by one of my clients last week, and it's one that I think is quite a good one to answer because I don't reckon he's the only one that has questioned this and wondered about this, and could be a good thing to kind of explain and teach. The class commences now. So in short, yes, it's still important for a very simple reason. Protein has its role in recovery, but that does not mean that it's just there to recover you on the days that you're working out, just to get you that quick and easy recovery right after a workout. That's not its purpose. It's so much bigger than that, and long gone are the days when we just associated protein with workouts and having to chug a big kind of protein shake right after a workout and make yourself sick. Like, long gone are those days. Protein has an important kind of role in so many different areas, but most importantly, as far as what we're talking about here, it's still important for recovery on days when you are just doing recovery. Because remember, the growth and development, the optimizations, the adaptations, they happen a lot of the time in those days when you are resting. Not only the days when you're stimulating the muscle. So yes, high protein or protein optimization still is important even on days when you're not too active, because your body's still needing protein. It doesn't just suddenly stop needing protein. So that's just a simple way to look at that. This is why very rarely, if ever, is protein going to be periodized across the days. It's not like carbohydrates where it's a bit more dynamic, it's a little bit more like a fuel source, and you can play around with it a little bit more depending on your strategy, which is obviously something we're not getting into today. Protein has a baseline target, and yes, it can vary depending on how one goes, but it doesn't vary day to day depending on if you exercise or don't exercise. That's not how it goes. So if you're trying to hit 150 grams of protein on the day when you're in the gym, well, I can assure you it's probably best that you're probably hitting that on the day when you're recovering after the gym as well. So yes, if you're wondering, should you be consuming much of the same protein across the week? The answer is to be on the safe side without knowing your situation, the nuances in the context of your given scenario. Yes, that's probably the easiest way to look at it. Whatever you are targeting as far as protein, it's best to probably just consume that, or try and consume that in the best way possible. Because remember, consistency, not perfection, across all the days. It still has a role to play. It's not going to waste just because you're not working out. That's not the way it goes. Like I said, sometimes those days of recovery are where nutrition really shines. And why would you let it slide by kind of giving yourself a gap in that day just because you thought that, well, I'm not exercising, I can't eat as much. It's not the way it works. So there you go. I hope that answered that question, if you did have that question, of course. And if you've got any questions about the topic that we covered, or protein in general, drop it in the comments below. Maybe I can do a video on it or help guide you in the right direction. But of course, as always, if you do need a sports dietitian in your corner, if you're looking for someone to help you out, don't shy away. Show notes below. Get in touch. Let's see if we're a good fit and see if I can help you through my coaching, or at least I can guide you in the right direction. And if this video has been helpful, it's giving you something new, taught you something new, giving you a new way to look at protein, give it a like, show it some love as always. Until next time, stay classy, have a good one, see you later, bye-bye.